Hi, yeah, this is gonna be another one of my videos where I review the update, and this update is gonna come 2 days from now, which is the January 25th update, and yeah, I'll just jump straight into it. So the very first thing that they're gonna add is this background multi-repeat for the PvP modes, and originally what is happening right now is that you can multi-repeat in the arena. However, if you log off of Brave 9 or close Brave 9 at all, it will just stop the PvP matchmaking or these repeat battles at all, and it just just straight up stops it. When this update drops, they're gonna make it so you could do repeat battles when offline. Yeah, it says right here, even when the game is not on. So yeah, you could just pop repeat battle or like all the arena repeat battles, and then just do something else on your phone or just like turn off your phone. And once you come back, you'll get it'll finish all these repeat battles. So this is very very good. So once this update drops, I highly recommend everyone doing multi-repeat in the arena, especially because you could get a bunch of honor points, and honor points are very valuable, especially for like exalted stuff, you know, getting 5-star book pieces, or not pieces, 5-star books itself. You could also get 5-star gifts, and also the most important, like legend gifts. You could get that so you could get like free legend one-time legend companion. So this is really really valuable, and this is like a really really good update that they're gonna make. The next thing that they're gonna add is 2 new costumes. The first one is gonna be Captain Diane, and Captain Diane is just if you guys didn't know, is like Diane. Let me right here. If you don't know who Diane is, she's a legend mercenary, and yep, they're just making a skin for her. And in my opinion, this is like really really fucking good. I'm definitely gonna get this. But you guys obviously don't have to because you know it's a skin. The next update they're gonna not update. The next skin that they're gonna add is the Red Slime Queen Anna. And if you don't know who Anna is, I also had a rough time trying to find it. But it is, let me find it. Anastasia's companion, right here, Anna. So this is an Anastasia skin, and this is what it looks like. This is the art. This is the in-game icon, and yeah, that is a pretty funny animation. So I might get that just for that funny ass animation. And the way you get those two is, okay, I scrolled too far. The way you get those 2 skins is the Dione one is from the new season pass that's going to come up. You're going to have to buy this new season pass for like 40 USD. And the Red Slime Queen Anna, you just buy the package, and this one is 15 USD. I'm not saying you must get it, of course not. It's just like a skin, but these are just the skins, and I'm just like showcasing it because it's in the update patches. The next thing is pretty damn important. Like all that stuff that I was talking about earlier, that was just like cool quality of life stuff. But this is like actually very important. So the thing with Exalteds, right? This is regarding Exalteds. The thing that was I was most critical of when I got it is that Exalted mercenaries, they promise the developers promise that they're usable right away, but that isn't really true, because the main problem with Exalted right now is that you could see, like, for example, Ulfin. She doesn't get her AoE increase until +2. Again, right, you don't get her AoE increase until +3. Same with Dione. You don't get her AoE increase until +3. So it's kind of like, I wouldn't say false advertising, but kind of like bad how they're not super usable until +3. Like, this AoE increase is actually super duper big for all of them. So what they're going to do is that for all of them, their support and attack AoE and new skill effects will no longer require specific skill levels. Instead, they'll be provided at +0. And so like what I said, the skill and AoE increase will just be provided at +0. So no longer this will be only unlocked at +2. This will just always, this extended cross will be available at +0 right away. In addition, what they mean by new skill effects is because I think this really only applies to Ulfin. Because Ulfin, you could see there's an upgrade on our +5, and you could see it's just neutralize. But when you upgrade it to +5, you get spell memorization. This is a massive, especially for a mage. And what this means when their new skill effects will not require specific skill levels is just you just straight up now get this spell memorization at +0. So now Exalted Merc now follow their ideal of actually being usable right away. And enough of that. I will actually talk about the specific buffs that they're gonna do to each mercenary. And I didn't expect this at all. I thought they were okay, especially once you get them to their required skill levels. But let's just go through it anyways, and I'll just give you my thoughts. So first was Dione. The Domain of Truth, which is this very first skill. This is her AoE and range reduction ignoring move. This is being increased from base 18 to 20 turns. Sorry, I just ate dinner. And the maximum duration of this is being increased from 24 to 30 turns. This is like, okay, it's like nice that she gets this, but you know, fights are decided very quickly, so this is more of just like a nice quality of life buff. I wouldn't say it's like massive or like critical for her. What is like kind of like nice for her to get is this next one, Shadowblade Dance, which is her additional damage skill. What this does is now they're changing it to before normal attack, and right now it's after normal attack. If you don't understand the significance of that, how Brave 9 attack damages work, if you see all this, you know, before normal attack, after normal attack, all those additional damages, how it works is that it goes before normal attack damage, then your actual normal attack damage, then pen damage, and then after normal attack. The fact that this is being changed to before normal attack makes it so that Dione has a slightly easier time dealing with Immortality mercenaries, because you know Immortality mercenaries survive on 1 HP if they're gonna die. Right now it's after normal attack, and since this is the very, very last damage that will activate, and pen damage doesn't do that high of a damage, I could see her sometimes not killing an Immortality mercenary. But now that this is being changed to before normal attack, it gives her a slightly easier time killing Immortality mercenaries. It's not like it mattered anyways, because she already attacks 4 fucking times, but this may make a difference like once every like 1,000 games, for example. But it is like a nice change that they gave. Oh, and I guess it counters Jhin, but no one uses Jhin anyways. Next is the last part of her kit, the No Retreat. This is her last skill, and this is actually a pretty significant buff. It's getting changed from 24% to 19%, that HP damage restraint. And also, I guess the attack boost is 40% to 50% now. But I want to focus on this 24 to 19%. This is actually pretty fucking massive, because 24% damage restraint, you have to hit her 5 times to kill her. This 19%, you have to hit her 6 times. The jump from 5 to 6 is pretty fucking significant, because you have to hit her with 6 individual instances of damage to one-shot her. Not 6 damage, 6 instances of damage. And that 6 is a lot. For example, Islok, right? He hits twice, and he does, let's say you have armor slash on him, he does 4 instances of damage, including a penetration rune. If you include his normal attack damage, that's 6. So Islok would perfectly do 6 instances of damage to kill Dione, but that's including his normal attack. You know, normal attack can very easily be ignored if the enemy has like 99.9% barrier, 100% defense or guard, which is like super duper easy to get nowadays. So now Dione is a lot tankier and harder to take out, especially when she's buffed by a Mary White. This is only damage restraint, so it's not as annoying as like a Claudia, because Claudia has damage restraint and guard, which blocks HP restraint. And since Dione doesn't have HP restraint, this makes it so that she is vulnerable to getting one shot by HP restraint. But then again, she is a warrior, so she can be buffed by like Delsahine or a Mary White to give her a guard, which is really fucking annoying, because now you have a mercenary that has guard, another mercenary that has guard and HP restraint. You have to hit her 6 times to one-shot her, which is really annoying, which makes her really tanky. You know, provided that she's buffed, though. But yeah, that's a really big change. So now, at max level, she'll be really fucking annoying to deal with. And then I guess the rest of these are just, like, base stats increase, which is nice. But I wouldn't say make too much of a difference. That was long, but I had to really analyze it and dissect it. Next is Pryan, and the first thing I noticed about Pryan's buff is that he's getting a pretty big stat change from like 1,700 to 2,300. That's a pretty significant attack boost, and that's important for Pryan, especially because he does actually do damage. This guard barrier ignore, even though I don't like guard barrier ignore, this still hits 3 times, and this can actually kill certain mercenaries. So it is pretty significant that his attack gets boosted. I wouldn't say too like massively, but like that is like a pretty good buff. The rest of his stat changes are like okay. Most of it didn't really change or wouldn't make a difference. So I'll just focus now on his kit. And this first part is his attack AoE is going from 1 tile to a 2x1. So it's going from just 1 tile, and I guess a 2x1, a clear showing would be where's Lucius. For example, it'd be more like Lucius, like this. I don't know how much of a significance that 1 tile is, but I know for Lucius it is like decently significant. So I would say this 2x1, it is like a pretty good buff. I guess if you want to be technical with it, he gets double the AoE. But I would, again, referencing Lucius, I would say this would make a difference every now and then. But if he's, obviously if he's hitting 1 target, it will just like be whatever. But this still this 1 tile AoE increase is still like pretty damn good. Next is the Sapphire Scales. And the Sapphire Scales, what this is that's his first ability. That's his bestowal to give himself or like the ability to give himself super taunt. And that minimum duration is being increased from 20 to 26 and maximum 32 to a whopping 38. So now he is able to do more super taunts. Yeah, that's really about it. He's able to do more super taunts, and obviously super taunt is his most valuable part of the kit. And super taunt itself is going at base 6 to 7, which is pretty damn nice. And also its maximum duration is going from 10 to 12. For a taunt tank, a taunt going from 10 to 12 will actually be quite significant. Because 2 turns of, like, let's say an attack buff on a mercenary, yeah, sure, that's fine. But, that 2 turns won't make a difference because, that's 1 mercenary, attacking. Having 2 additional turns of taunt is kind of massive because that's, 2 more mercenaries he could block. If he had 10 turns, for example, he could only block, if he had 10 turns, well, disregarding his turn pass, so it's technically 9, but if he had 9 turns of taunt, he would block 9 mercenaries damage. If he had 12 turns, well, now knocking it down to 11 because of that additional turn, or that turn pass, he would block 11 mercenaries. It's literally going from 9 mercenaries blocked to 11 mercenaries blocked. Well, obviously you can't block 11 mercenaries, but that makes it so, the whole entire enemy isn't just attacking. It's, a Brave 9 battle, it just goes back and forth. So that additional 2 turns is actually pretty significant. That's all I wanted to say. But if I just jumbled your brain with all of that, just know that the super taunt going from 10 to 12 is pretty fucking big. And also the 6 to 7 is a pretty good quality of life. Next is his masterpiece going from 20 to 26 at base, and then 32 to a pretty good 38. I wouldn't say masterpiece is like too significant of his kit. Yeah, it gives him debuff immunity and also makes it so that he gets 99.9% barrier. You might think that's like very good at countering Islock because most Islocks run armor slash. But the thing is, most people run attack runes on Pryan and sometimes defense so that he could get higher than 100% defense just in case he's stat reduced. So you're really getting a Pryan with low HP. And the funny thing is that they added a pen rune, which is the most stupidest thing they've added, but yeah, they added a penetration rune which does direct damage, which ignores obviously barrier. So I wouldn't say this masterpiece going up by 6 turns at base and 6 turns at max is like going to affect him that as much as like, that super taunt increase, but still it's like nice quality of life. And then lastly is this defense boost going from 50% to 60%. This makes it so that he gets beyond 100% defense. So I don't know if he gets like stat reduced by 10%, he still has like 100% defense. This makes him better in like overtime when your stats getting reduced, especially defense. So he is better in that, but otherwise in most situations I wouldn't say this is too significant. Well, yeah, that was also pretty long, but so the next thing is going to be Ulfin, and Ulfin, she got the biggest change in these patch notes. Her Wolf's Howl is going for a maximum duration increase from 26 to 30 turns, and that's her concentrated fire application to entire enemy warriors. I wouldn't say that's like too big of a difference. That those 4 additional turns is like kind of like whatever. The fight's already decided at that point, so those 4 additional turns is just like whatever. It's a nice duration buff, but that's okay. Her next part is neutralized spell memorization. it's right here. Her neutralize getting spell memorization, this being changed from after normal attack to before normal attack. I don't really understand the significance of changing it from after to before, because I know Nartis is also before normal attack. And you don't see, Nartis's attacking on the first round or when he's uncharged. I guess that's there to keep it consistent, but overall, I don't fucking know. Next is spell memorization being provided at +0, because remember what I said about all the new skill effects not requiring specific skill levels. This essentially at +5, the spell memorization is being dropped all the way down to +0, which it doesn't like boost her damage at all, but that just makes her so much easier to use at +0. Next is her additional damage being changed to before normal attack, the law of the jungle, and this being changed to before normal attack, it is pretty significant for Ulfin, because again, just like Dione, just having a damage instance before normal attack makes it so that you could kill Immortality mercenaries easier, due to the fact, because that's how damage goes, that it goes before normal attack, pen damage, then after a normal attack. This just straight up makes it so that the change to before normal attack makes it so that it makes her easier to deal with Immortality mercenaries. But then again, this already hits twice, and this again hits twice, so in total, if you get both procs, you hit 4 times. And just like Dione, since she already hits 4 times, you're already probably going to kill that Immortality mercenary because the sheer amount of instances of damage. But still, having this change to before normal attack just makes it quite a bit more reliable for her to take out Immortality mercenaries. That might make a difference, 1 every 1,000 games or whatever. Next is the maximum additional damage being increased from 70 to 85%. That's just like a damage bonus, not much to say. It's just nice to have. Black Wolf providing, well, that was a big B. Sorry about that if I hurt your ears. Black Wolf will not provide debuff immunity effect, because right now she gets fucking nothing. She gets no immunities at all, and the fact that she could get debuff immune makes it so that she could not get fucked over by like Claudia Charm, Velfern Horror Stigma, who else? Getting cheesed out by Dalvi Charm, just all that junk. So now that she's actually debuff immune, that'll make her obviously way easier to use. I don't know why that actually was not in our base kit. Yeah, it's just really good for her to have. Next is Black Wolf having its minimum duration like almost doubled from 16 to 30 and 28 to fucking 45. Black Wolf makes it so that she goes into stealth status, and the fact that this gets like the duration gets massively increased makes it so that she like obviously is in stealth for longer. She gets debuff immunity longer, which is like it's just great. I wouldn't say that again makes too much of a difference, but still, having a double duration increase is still like damn, Next is actually like, I wouldn't say a nerf, but like Black Wolf is the defense boost is getting removed. So you have this 95% defense, it's getting removed, and instead it's just her base stat being greatly increased. Now, I didn't say this earlier because I wanted it to be a surprise, but yes, her defense is being increased from 5% to fucking 95%. 5 to 95. This makes it so that this like does 2 things. One, this makes her a lot easier to use at lower skill levels, again, which is very important, because you don't have to like skill upgrade her all the way to 95. You could already see at +9 it's 75, and +10 you get 95%. So you no longer have to actually get her to +10 to get that defense boost, but at the same time, since it's actually removed, she no longer gets 100% defense, which is kind of big, because 100%, the difference between 99% defense and 100% defense may like come into problems sometime. So having 100% defense is always just better. Now, this could be offsetted by running a mythic rune or a having your armor, or sorry, not armor, amulet, be rune refined to be defense, to give her a bit more defense. But overall, just missing that 5% is kind of annoying. But that does make her easier to use at lower skill levels, which is obviously what they wanted. The last thing that they're going to add is this new crit ability boost effect. This is just completely new. she'll give a critical boost to all allies when 3 or more magicians are alive. And I don't know how much this will boost. It doesn't say, but this is actually like pretty good, like support wise. Obviously I wouldn't recommend using Ulfin as a support, but like this is just nice for her damage and everyone's damage really. And next is Ryde. And Ryde, out of all of them, I feel like Ryde got also a pretty significant change. Wow, all of them actually got pretty significant changes. But yeah, Ryde is getting changed from a 3x5, to a fucking 5x5. Look, a 3x5 to a 5x5. And if you don't know how big a fucking 5x5 is, like, let's look at Refi. Isn't that fucking massive? Like, I'm gonna be honest, that wasn't necessary at all. I feel like Ryde was perfectly fine. Maybe it was the inexperience I have with her, but or that she's new. But like, I really felt that Ryde was okay. And this 3x5 to 5x5, that's like Mary White and Refi radius. That's very, very big. So now whenever she bestows her invincibility or like immortality, you can't just like go around it and avoid it. You actually have to like buff removal, and like that's the main counter to it now. So I imagine Ryde now actually going to be a pretty fucking annoying threat, and I feel like she will be meta. Maybe. I don't know how many, or I obviously not top of my head, I can't really count how many mercenaries will counter Ryde with her, because you could buff remove her invincibility. But I know Ulfin, obviously. I know Valze, Nartis. But other than that, I don't have enough brain space for that. And yeah, it's just this. I'm still going on this tangent because I'm still shocked that they increased it from 3x5 to 5x5. I was reading these patch notes when I was in class because I'm sorry. But still, like, Jesus Christ. Next. Jeez, but yeah, I'll just go on to next. Next is her Flower Bloom. That's her invincibility or immortality bestowal. This really is invincibility, but this is her immortality bestowal. It increases from base 1 time all the way to base 2 times, and the maximum from 3 to 4. So that's just again a quality of life buff, so that she's straight up much better at +0, and even better when she's at higher skill levels. And then the last part is also pretty fucking significant, is that its minimum duration is getting increased from 8 to 10 and maximum from 10 to 13. And I don't want to like sound like a broken record, but repeating from like the super taunt from Pryan, having those 2 additional turns, or like it's right here, sorry, 2 additional turns at base and 3 additional turns at max, that's pretty fucking significant, because that's like, you know, referencing from like the very up here, you know, subtracting the fact that she's a support, so you realistically have 12 turns of invincibility. That's like 12 turns of invincibility, blocking any enemy. Unlike, you know, an attack boost that will only be on that specific, on your own ally. And, you know, once they attack, you know, that's it. That's all, the whole attack boost effect. This 12 turn duration of immortality makes it so that they could definitely survive attacks. And you could really no longer just wait out this duration. That's actually what you could do when it was 8 turns. You could just straight up wait out the duration and just punish her for it, which is really funny. But I don't think you could do that anymore. And then lastly is just a name change. It's just getting named from advanced attack boost pistol to just attack boost pistol. I don't know why it was advanced before, but whatever. And yeah, I assume that was the majority of the video. I actually have no idea how long I've been recording. But yeah, this was the biggest change in this patch note, and I really wanted to emphasize and dissect how good it is. And in my opinion, this is a very good quality, not only a quality of life change, due to the fact that the developers are actually following that Exalted Mercenaries are usable at +0. But also this is just a good buff to Exalted Mercenaries overall. Due to the fact, you know, their power level got increased. Honestly, I wouldn't have gone so far as to just straight up buff these Exalted Mercenaries. I know they want to make them feel powerful, but I guess they could have waited a little bit longer. I don't know. I'm not a developer, but that's just my suggestion. We'll have to see for now how these Exalted Mercenaries do. But what I could say is that they all of them, they got a significant buff and a pretty substantial boost to their game. So you'll most definitely see Dione's, Pryan's, Ulfin's, maybe Ulfin's, and Ryde's, definitely Ryde's, out there in PvP. So yeah, I'll stop talking about Exalted Mercenaries. Sorry about my long tangent. I just love to dissect things. Next is the quality of life improvements. This is going to be the Rune piece selection ticket, and what it was is that every time you fucking press this thing, it'll play an animation, which is really annoying when you want to get like a butt ton of runes, but the animation keeps fucking playing. So now they're just gonna have it play once the first time you open the game, it'll just play once, and then from then you could just like, fucking skip it, which is good. The additional thing that they're gonna do is that they're gonna make it so that the mercenary level animation skip, so you don't have to sit through like 18 decades of the mercenary leveling up, because I know I have like 4,000 like fucking yellow slimes and I don't use them at all because the animation is too long. So now that they're removing that, it's just such a good quality of life, you know. I save so much time, and also you, because that honestly that mercenary level up animation is just honestly so long. Next is the new season event that's going to happen. Obviously the one that's going to happen right now is going to end, so they're going to give a new one, which is this Dione one. And like I said, there's a Dione skin. If you want to purchase the Dione skin, you could get the free reward. Or sorry, not the free reward. You have to purchase the season pass. Sorry. But what is a free reward is Agni, and Agni, of course, is like a really good 5-star warrior, and in my opinion, the best warrior for a warrior team. So pretty W rewards. And next is just some additional immortality changes. They're changing it to just be more clear, and also the Lunar New Year theme is being applied for those who live on the west. Yes, us Asians have Lunar New Year. And yeah, that's it. Next is events, and this is actually also pretty important. Especially now that Exalted have been released, you kind of maybe want to increase their soul gear. And the fact now is that soul gear will have a 10% discount. So now is when the update drops, is it going to be a very, 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 very good time to get soul gear, you know, once the update drops, like I said, because of this 10% discount. So I hope you've been saving your soul gear or your soul fragments and also money. But don't worry if you didn't save your money, because in a double twist, they're also releasing this event dungeon double time, so you get double the amount of time to farm the event dungeon, in addition to Goblin King and Black Slimes, which are, you know, you get more money if you sell them, and also just upgrade mats, will be boosted by 5 times. So if you don't have the money to roll for soul gear, you can get a lot of money from this event dungeon. Just make sure you don't fucking run out of horseshoes. Next is the dash event, and this is just free rewards, and I highly recommend finishing this attack arena, especially now that they're making the arena be more quality of life, that you could do it offline. Remember, you could do when this update drops, you could do arena offline, and I highly recommend doing it because this exalted skill piece book, or exalted skill book piece. I've been talking for a while, I'm sorry. And you should definitely get this because exalted skill book pieces are very, very valuable, or just exalted skill books overall is just very, very valuable because they're just so like slow to obtain. So make sure you do this dash event to get this. Next is just a free login, just check-in rewards. You just log in, boom, claim rewards, free rewards. That's it. This Lunar New Year bingo event, it's just, you know, you do these missions and you get cool stuff. I recommend doing this, especially for the exalted skill book piece, because like I said, these are very, very valuable. And I guess also for the enema costume, if you don't have this, but you know, more for the exalted skill book pieces. Next is I forgot to mention that there's a legend book down here if you finish the entire bingo event. Next is, again, more free rewards. They're very generous with this. You get a shit ton of exalted skill book pieces. I know 300 doesn't sound like a lot, but that is quite a significant amount. You get 300 skill book pieces, so make sure you get this. Very, very important. Very, very important. Exalted skill book pieces, very, very big. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. Next is just about the packages. This is the skin package, like I said about Diane. That's up to you if you want to buy it. Again, this is the Anastasia skin. Again, that's up to you if you want to buy it. This is just more paid packages, so that's again up to you if you want to buy it. And then this part is going to be a diamond package for the black slime package. One word or 2 words, 3 words. Don't buy it. Especially since the the event dungeon time is going to be doubled. In addition, they literally said black slime queens have a 5 times drop rate, and you don't even have to just use black slime queens. You get other slimes as well, and especially again since the animation level up animation is being cut, or you could skip it. Getting these 50 black slime queens for a fucking 1,000 diamonds. That's like I'd rather use those 1,000 diamonds for Exalted Mercenaries or Legend Mercenaries. Like, don't get this. It's not worth it. Especially since, like, Event Dungeon is out. The time is getting doubled. So easy to get level up mats. Don't get this. I know you shouldn't. I know I shouldn't say, like, spend your money. But I'm saying don't spend your money on this. don't spend your money on this. Getting runes is so fucking easy. Don't spend your money on this. And just like I said, don't spend your diamonds on this. This is 2,000 diamonds. Like, these runes. Okay, let me calm down. These runes are good for, like, Anastasia and Diane. That's it. And I guess the crit damage attack percent kinda is good for Eden, I guess, but I don't know. It's still kind of mid. Don't get this. It's 2,000 diamonds. That's 20 pity on the Exalted Mercenary and the Legend Mercenary. That's literally like that's like 10% of their pity done. Don't buy these runes. It's so easy to get like epic plus 6 6-star epic plus runes, and they do fine. Just don't get these. And there's just another paid packages, but for only new and returning captains. And yeah, I've talked a lot, especially because, you know, the Exalted Mercenary release. So I'll just quickly summarize everything. So the first quality of life change is going to be that they're going to make it so that you could do PvP repeat battles offline. They're going to add 2 new costumes now, Captain Diane and Red Slime Queen Anastasia. And these 2 skins are specifically only be obtainable when you buy them with actual money. Next is the very, very important Exalted Mercenary renewal. Next is the more quality of life. There's going to be a rune piece ticket when you summon it. There's going to be animation skip, and also mercenary level up animation skip. The new season pass is going to be released. And next is going to be when the update drops. It's a really, really good time to get soul gear. And also, if you don't have enough money for that soul gear, or you need slimes to level up your mercenaries, the event dungeon time is getting doubled, and also a 5 times increased chance for Black Slime and Goblin King. So it's a really good time to do event dungeon. It's a really good time to do soul gear, or summon soul gear. Next is dash event. For your rewards, make sure you do your arena, especially since they're making it so you could repeat battle PvP offline now. Very, very important that you do this. Exalted skill book pieces, very, very important, very, very good, very, very, very good reward. They're being very generous with this. Next is just the free rewards. Log in, claim this for free. Next is the bingo event. All this stuff is just missions you complete, and it's very important that you do this because you get a legend book if you complete this. You get a Enma skin, free Enma skin if you don't have it already, and also you get exalted skill book pieces. Very, very valuable that you get these exalted skill book pieces. Next is just a New Year check-in event, or Lunar New Year check-in event. This is just log in, get free rewards. Very, very, very important that you do this. 300 skill book pieces. 300 skill book pieces. This is very important. And then, yeah, the rest is just paid packages. Like I said, this is Diane skin paid package. This is Anastasia skin paid package. A bunch more paid packages. Do not get this diamond package. It's, in my opinion, not worth it. And do not get this rune package. In my opinion, again, it's not worth it. Also, don't get this. This costs money, obviously, but don't get this. And yeah, that's it. My throat's getting really dry now, so I'll stop talking, and yeah, thanks for watching.